Welcome back. You're listening to Home Wizards. I'm Cindy
Hey,
Dole.
I'm Eric Stromer.
And we love to improve your home and improve your life. And have you smelled chocolate mint? I'm talking about real.
You mean the herb chocolate mint?
I'm talking
I
about.
I don't think I have. I've just smelled the mint.
You smelled the mint.
There's a chocolate mint. I
And
didn't even know.
and I know you.
Wait, what's happening? It's gone crazy here.
And I know you love chocolate mint ice cream.
I do so much.
And so I'm just saying, I was out at one of these garden centers just last week.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
It's like, I want to bottle that thing up. And yes,
Yeah.
sure enough, it's a little teeny tiny plant that looks like your regular, mint herb that you
Yeah.
would buy. It's in the soil in a little container. And I bought 2 of them. And I'm like, this is amazing. So I thought, let's talk about summer herbs, because now, the month of June, this is a great time to go. You'll see these in the stores, all these different herbs that are going to enhance your life. Because think, with chocolate mint, those little leaves, what could you do with that?
Well, you know what I've got going on. Hello.
Well, don't talk about the tomatoes yet.
I'm not talking about
What would you
them.
do with the chocolate mint leaf? What would you put in it?
Okay, I
Hold
can't
on,
believe
hold on.
you've interrupted this
Sorry,
flow
what-
I've
what-
had.
what-
It's like
what-
a rap. You can't interrupt a rapper as he's
Oh,
ready
okay.
to do his flow.
All right. What's the flow?
I just want to tell you, how exciting is it to come out of your kitchen and say, I'm going outside to get a little herb. You know why? Because I'm going to make something with this chocolate mint.
What would you make?
I put it on a dessert item. You know what I put it on, don't you? I'd cut it up into little pieces, and I'd just a couple little things right on my Talente chocolate mint ice cream.
Ooh.
Have you had this yet?
This is that stuff.
The
that you're-
Talente, it's like crack.
Yeah.
Ah. But seriously, or tea, just put it in your tea.
Yum.
Delicious.
Yum. How about in ice cubes? We've
Oh
talked
my
about
goodness,
that.
you know what I'm saying? That is something else.
You get an ice cube tray and you put like 2 leaves in each ice cube. We fill it with water. And
Yeah.
I've seen this done actually if you put fruit in there too. And then you serve that at an outdoor patio party, like with a lemonade
And people
or
go,
tea.
what's in my tea? Hey, I'll tell you what's in there. Some fresh fruit and herbs.
Mint, mint, like chocolate mint. Hello.
Yeah, you're the envy of the neighborhood.
So let's talk about what do you need to do to grow your own herbs like chocolate mint.
Yeah.
All right. Location is the key, because different herbs need different things. But for the most part, most will like about 6 hours of sun. Now, you can still grow these inside, but most are going to do better if they have at least 6 hours of sun. Some can do as little as 3 hours of sun. So think of your yard right now. You've got some areas where
I've got an area where it's perfect 6 hours of sun.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what's growing there. Fresh basil.
Oh, you have that going right now?
Oh my goodness!
So you're on
it
top
has
of the
gone
herbs.
crazy, and here's what I did. The leaves are so big and bountiful.
Yeah.
I pick them off. I roll them up into almost like a cylindrical shape. I cut them that way, right?
Ooh.
So you get long little strings of
Uh-huh.
it. Throw that on top of the marinara.
Yum.
People think I'm some kind of crazy Italian guy that's come right off
See?
out of the continent.
Very
I'm
fancy.
Yeah, fancy.
I love it. And it's fresh, and it probably tastes
It
even
makes
better
a huge
than the store.
difference.
Yeah.
You cannot believe.
So backtracking, if you're thinking, gosh, I want to have my own basil or my own chocolate mint. I want to grow these things, right? So first step 1, make sure you have an area where there is 6 hours of sun.
Yeah.
Next, herbs like good drainage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're planting in containers, make sure that they have the drainage holes on the bottom or the sides. And what we like to do is those little pot feet that you can get.
Sure.
Because now, even though you put it on the ground and it has the hole and it's draining, it's going to help it drain a little bit better if it's up.
Yeah, it doesn't want to sit in water.
Yeah, it's going to go out
wants to
and
shed.
disperse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we also like to cut up, if you have like a couple of clay pots that
Yeah.
are broken, save those, and then you put like one little piece over the hole.
So there's a little diversion over the hole. Yeah.
So it slows down the drainage. It doesn't prevent the drainage, but this way when you water it, and we like to do the 3.
3 times
Yeah.
is a charm. You fill the pot up once, drain. Twice, drain. 3 times, charm.
Perfect.
Done.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So some herbs, like basil, mint, they do best in moist soil. So you have that nice drip system with your basil.
Well,
don't you?
yeah, and then the sprinkler also hits it. It's amazing too, because sometimes you find these sweet spots in your yard that already has maybe the right irrigation, and everything just works perfectly, and you have to kind of emulate why and sort of back engineer it. And it's because it not only has the sprinkler system hitting it, but it's got the perfect amount of sun. It also then gets a secondary watering when I water other plants around it. Makes perfect sense.
So, yeah, I mean, the thing is, if you're thinking about herbs that like basil and mint, that like the moist soil, make sure you have that kind of a setup. But others, like rosemary and thyme, Well, they prefer dry soil.
Yeah, they do.
You know?
Those guys grow out in the most arid of
Yeah,
climates. Yeah.
completely desert. So take a look, you know, and do a little research in advance before you go to these garden centers and get all excited about loading up on herbs, because it's going to be very costly and depressing to not have the right area and to come home with your plants and then you're planting
Right.
them in shade or the wrong kind of soil.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Now, make sure too, you want to check the cold hardiness, because that means their tolerance to cold. And for instance, you know, some of the herbs, they're hardy, you know, but others are a little more sensitive, like Greek oregano. And there's also another one, you know, rosemary and lemon verbena. Those are a little more sensitive. So you might have to put those in a container, because then later when it gets colder,
Yeah, you have
in
to
the
move
fall,
it around
got to
somehow.
move it around
Sure.
a little bit.
I think that's a good idea for all the herbs, you know, because sometimes the permanence is the death sentence. So
Yeah.
if you can move it around, find the right spot, even better.
And think of having some fun. We talked about chocolate mint. There are so many great varieties you can read up online. For instance, they have not only spearmint and peppermint, they have an herb that tastes like apple or pineapple.
Wow.
And of course, there's a mountain mint. I mean, all of these are really, really neat. And beware, of course, you know that mint has a tendency to just overgrow an area.
Oh, okay,
So
good. I
you-
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because I've never grown the mint.
Mint can take over
Can
big
it?
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a potted thing for
That's
sure.
a pretty good idea to have that in a
Yeah.
pot. Just make sure, though, because it likes moist soil, you're going to need
Have
it.
you grown cilantro?
Cilantro is very hard to grow.
I tell you, it's a miracle plant though. It's an antibacterial, antifungal. If you ever have a respiratory infection and you do the cilantro soup, I swear by this. It's
Yeah.
gone in 2 days. Anything respiratory.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is tough to grow though. I haven't been successful with it.
But I love it. I love the flavor.
So
of
you
it.
know what? I'm
Yeah.
going to just buy that one.
I'm just gonna buy it.
You know, and then I'll plant the other. So and then I'll just pretend that I grew that one.
But think of some of these really creative and different types of herbs, you know, and also consider the ornamental purposes, because some of the herbs have flowers too, and there's a different color and a texture. Like the garden sage is kind of velvety and gray-green leaves, and they even have violet flowers. And different varieties bring out like kind of pink and white flowers. There's also some different varieties of sage, right? So just consider how you want it to look, as well as how you want it to taste, and what kind of sun you have, and what kind of soil you have.
I got to tell you, the basil that I got, I think it's Burpee Ball. I think they sent that one to me.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's hardy and huge and tastes amazing. It's mild enough that you can use a lot of it. But check this one out in the garden center. It's something else.
Good idea.
Yeah,
Good idea.
yeah.
Parsley, one of the most versatile herbs, of course. We love this in tabbouleh, right? Do you love tabbouleh? I
do.
love that Greek
Yeah,
salad,
yeah.
and it's rich in vitamins, and it's supposed to be a really good breath freshener. So be thinking about growing some parsley as well as the mint, you know, and the basil, and then of course thyme. You know, this is a great ground cover that kind of likes to creep over the earth or spill over a pot.
Sure.
And this really needs like a sunny, but yet sometimes sheltered area. But the idea is this too has kind of antiseptic and antifungal properties.
Sure,
The thyme.
yeah. Good
you know?
stuff.
Yeah, all these things are going to
Have you
basically...
had the rosemary in the shortbread baked goods?
I haven't, no.
Oh,
It's great.
man, try it. If you've got a good shortbread recipe, just throw a little tiny bit of rosemary in there. It's just amazing. So good.
So all
the
these
sweet
are-
and the rosemary
Yeah,
together.
these are all great things that you can grow. And by the way, some of them will do okay in your windowsill too. So it isn't necessarily, you know, you have
Yeah,
to
if you're in
have-
a winter climate, you can bring it in.
Yeah, and if you have a sunny area, you know, the idea is in the windowsill, you can still take advantage of not having a garden and enjoy having your herbs.
Sure.
Right? Eric Stormer, Cindy Dole, we love to improve your home and improve your life, and make sure you check out our website at yourhomewizards.com.